Hello. I'm going to assume that you're the type of person who, in their head, knows that they have a very high potential or they have a really difficult goal in mind that they know that they can achieve. But when they actually look at what they do day to day, nothing is adding up. Nothing is actually pushing you towards that goal. Nothing is actually lifting you up to your potential. Instead, you fill your days with pouring all of your energy into something that has nothing to do with your goals. And this might be a really serious relationship or a job that you know that you're not even going to want to be at in 5 years. And chances are everyone around you is praising you for putting all of you into whatever this thing is, whether they think you're such a great partner and they wish they had a partner like you, or you're such a hard worker at your job, they wish that they could reach whatever promotion you've gotten. But little do they know, you're using this as an escape from who you actually are. You're using it as an escape from the potential that you can reach, this goal that you have in mind that has a really difficult path leading up to it. Instead of taking that difficult path, you're focusing all of your energy into something that's your easy way out. And it might not even be something that's easy, but it might be something that's more socially acceptable or rewarded. You know deep down that you want to be taking steps towards this goal every day. You want to change your life in a way that puts you in the direction of this life that you want. But you're scared to give up this thing that you're pouring all of your energy into, because then you're gonna stand out. You're gonna admit to the world that, hey, this isn't actually who I am. This isn't actually what I want down the line. I want something that is considered strange or really difficult. Like, oh, who do I think I am for wanting this? And if this goal isn't strange, maybe it's just really high up there in terms of what you have to put into it. And you don't think that you're good enough deep down, but you also deep down know that you can do it. And this doesn't mean that you need to break up with this partner or quit this job or stop whatever you're doing. That's what I needed to do. But you can also just recognize that you're putting all of your energy into it and you're making life changes to conform to it when you want your life to be over here, not conforming to this thing. So if you don't want this thing to stop, you don't have to make it stop. You can just take some of that energy out of it, put up some boundaries like, hey, I'm cool with continuing this, but I don't want it to push my life in this direction or that direction. I want it to be over here. But for those in situations where you have to kind of pick one, like I was in a relationship that was really leading me down a path that I did not want, but I kind of convinced myself to want. So I needed to end it in order to go in the right direction for me. And if that's you, if it's a job or partner or some sort of situation where it's totally leading you down the wrong path and you need to get out of it, I have a lot to say to you. If you're the type to seek out these situations where you're using them to escape from your potential or somewhere that you want to go in life, you need to really pay attention to this, because even if you get out of this situation now, there's a risk that you're just going to search out another one. Like if it's a relationship like mine was, you might end this relationship, but who's to say that you're not going to 3 months later go out looking for another one and then fall into the same trap that you've set yourself, where you're just following whatever this person wants and pouring all your energy into this person and completely neglecting your goals again. Luckily for me, I did not go seeking another one 3 months later. I'm still single. Clap for me. But yeah, I remember I came out of this relationship and I was like, oh, I kind of see why I was so into that relationship. I kind of see why I compromised so much of myself for that relationship, even though I didn't know I was doing it at the time. When I came out of it, I had so much clarity about what goals were actually important to me. And I saw that through this relationship, I was avoiding those goals. And so the main point of this video is for me to share kind of the strategy that I came up with once I realized this, in order for me to avoid doing that again. And it's what I call the point of no return, where instead of letting myself just go free, do whatever I want, I decided that I would not allow myself to fall into another escapism situation until I was at the point of no return with the goals that were most important to me. And what I mean by another escapism situation is basically one that I could use as that right now, like when I'm in this fear zone of like, oh, like I don't know if I actually want to do those goals. I don't know if I actually want to go there in life. Let me find an easier way. Let me find an easier path. But yeah, once I'm actually at the point of no return, that will not be what the situation is by then. Like it'll just be what it is. So for me, I'm not going to allow myself to get into a long-term relationship until I'm at the point of no return with my goals. But for you, that might be a certain type of job or just whatever situation you're in right now that you're using to escape your potential. Like not allowing that situation to happen again until you know that you can be in it in a mature way. So the point of no return, as I define it, would be a situation where, with whatever particular goal you're focusing on, you are at the point where there's more friction involved with quitting that goal than staying in it. So, for example, I've been going to the gym consistently lately, but when I was coming up with this concept, like right when I was fresh out of this relationship, I had it as one of my goals, and I had not been going to the gym. I didn't dread going to the gym. I've always really liked the gym, but I was not at a point where I was disciplined enough to just go. I would have to really, I don't know, work hard to like get myself to go. But now I feel like I'm a lot closer to this point of no return because I need to go to the gym, okay? Like if I stop going to the gym, I see my mental clarity going way down. I see my mood going way down. I just feel horrible if I stop going to the gym. So there is friction now in stopping. And there wasn't friction before because I wasn't at the point where I had been going enough to really feel the benefits. So I don't know if I'm like fully there, but I know that there's at least some friction in stopping for me. So I would define the point of no return for the goal of going to the gym consistently as, yeah, just having so much friction in quitting that is hardly even an option in your head anymore. Like you're like, why would I ever not go to the gym? Like what? Like that is part of what I do. I'm not stopping. I also had the goal of making content. Here I am, whoa, doing the goal. But I'm definitely not at the point of no return with this because I feel like the point of no return for this one would be like having a community that I feel this sense of obligation to, like, oh, like I have to keep posting, like I'm making stuff that benefits people. So if there were people online who would literally get mad at me if I quit, that creates some friction, And this friction can come from external validation or internal validation. It really depends on where you're at with the goal. Like for me, the gym is very much internal validation where it's based on how I feel, and the friction comes from me feeling bad if I don't go to the gym because I just am low energy, lethargic, like not feeling good. But for content creation, since I'm new to it, it's still kind of in that external validation realm where I'm relying on other people to push me to do it. But eventually I would get to the point where, it's something I'm passionate about, and stopping would feel really weird to me because, giving up something that you love would be weird to you. So try to gauge like where this point of no return would be for you, and like try to imagine the circumstances that you would need to be under in order for you to have some difficulty in stopping. So months ago when I defined this for myself, I outlined, okay, I want to be going to the gym consistently. I want to be making content consistently. I think I also had like reading. I have not been reading, but I would love to get back into reading. So that was another one of my goals. But I viewed all of these as like, okay, I need to be at the point of no return with each of these goals before I am allowing myself to even think about getting into another serious relationship. And I think that I picked a good amount with like 3 goals, because if I had done like 16 different goals, then I would just never date again. So I would definitely say I'd recommend just picking, like 3 goals so that you're not banning yourself from ever doing whatever the thing was again. Because, it's not bad for me to be in a relationship, but I recognized that at that point it was bad for me and that I would need to change some things before it would be good. But you don't want to make it impossible. So be realistic with your goals and make them just 3 really important things to you that you want to have in your life before you get into whatever the situation was again. So not only does this push you towards your goals, but it also teaches you how to use your energy responsibly, and that once you're at a point of no return with something, you're using significantly less energy each time you're doing that thing than you would have when, it was hard to do that thing. So, with the gym, when it took all of that hyping myself up to go, that was a lot of energy that I would have to put into that one time of going. But now I just naturally want to go. It's hardly any energy to just go off to the gym, enjoy it, come back. Like, it gives me energy at this point. So instead of pouring all of your energy into this one thing that isn't even taking you where you want to go, you could be enjoying your goals. You could be doing them in a way where they are giving you energy, and then you have all this extra energy that you can actually put into other things outside of your goals. So for my case, for like a relationship, I was pouring all of myself into it, but if I continue with these goals that make me happy and that take me to where I want to go, I'm going to have more energy to give out anyway. Like, I'm not going to be pouring myself into something. I'm just going to have more to give. And like, I'm not going to be exhausted. And that's why you see these people who are like so busy and they're doing so many things. But then when you go up and talk to them, they're still like energetic and like giving out energy. And they're happy, but you're like, how on earth are you good? Like, you're doing so much, but that means that they're actually probably doing something that gives them energy, something that they're actually passionate about, and they're probably going somewhere they actually want to go in life. When you're at the point of no return with your goals, the ones that are important to you, you're in a state where no matter what comes at you, no matter how deeply in love you fall, no matter in what ways your life randomly changes without warning, you're still sure on your path. Like, you know where you're going, you know who you want to be, you know who you are. And even if things try to sway you, you're at the point of no return. You can't just stop your goals. Like, they're yours. And when you get knocked down by something, these goals that you've done for so long are gonna create a foundation for you to fall back on. And like, you're not just gonna be starting from zero. So yeah, I feel like if you're in a situation that feels misaligned right now, I feel like being at the point of no return with the things that are most important to you is like the prerequisite of doing whatever you're doing right now in an actually like healthy way, in a way where you have the energy to put into it while still maintaining yourself as well. So my 3 goals I set were going to the gym consistently, making content consistently, and reading. So if you guys see me dating someone seriously and I'm not buff and posting all the time and well educated, you know that I'm doing something wrong. So yeah, if your goals are clear to you, pick out, I recommend 3 that are super duper important to you and that you want to be doing in a year from now consistently. And whatever your situation is, whether it's a relationship or whatever it is, do not let yourself back in that situation until you are absolutely killing it at your goals, because that means you're the person that you want to be, and you're like staying loyal to yourself instead of just like giving yourself away. And you're going to be so much more confident in like the position where you're at the point of no return, because you're actually going to be doing what you want to do with your life, and that is power. So please just do not let yourself until you are in that position, because otherwise it's just going to be a pattern that goes on and on and on until you live your whole life not doing what you want to do. I'm sure there's like a million other points I could make with this, because when I was having these shower thoughts, it was a long shower. But that's all I'm going to go with today, because I can't think of anything else. So thank you for making it to the end of this rant. If you want to consume more of my psychology venting, then you can press one of the various buttons below. My name is Jen. And that's all I want to say. Farewell. Good luck.